If you work in an industry where staying connected is critical, such as healthcare, finance, or customer service, then cloud telephony platforms may have scared you a little bit because of their general lack of failover. To bridge this gap, Zoom has introduced the Zoom Phone Local Survivability. Stay tuned because this is something you definitely want to know about. Okay, so this is your basic Zoom phone architecture. You don't really have to manage any servers because obviously enough, it's all cloud-based, right? Which is the great part. But that's also the downside because while your phones are connecting to Zoom Phone, which then transfers a call off to the PSTN, if Zoom Phone goes down or if your internet access goes down or anything like that, any kind of service disruption, your phones just stop working, right? Like they're just not there. They might as well not be there, which inevitably means, guess what? Your users, your customers, they're going to be mad at, you guessed it, you, right? So what's the solution? What does Zoom Phone offer that solves that problem? Well, the answer is Zoom Phone Local Survivability. So here's how Zoom allows you to register your phones locally and still send out calls even when that access is down. And that is with the Zoom Phone Local Survivability node. You drop that on your network, that is on your network, as well as the SBC that you have to the PSTN. And when Zoom goes down, those phones re-register over to the ZPLS node, and then it can route calls. Now, it is important to note that there is some degraded functionality. We can go into that later. So say you don't necessarily care about PSTN calling, if the Zoom cloud were to go down, but you do still need intra or even inter-site communications. With Zoom Phone Local Survivability, you can still do that. You place a node at each site, configure it as their own sites in Zoom Phone, and then if your service is degraded and you can't reach Zoom Phone for whatever reason, you can still make calls inter-site or even intra-site. So that's another use case for the Zoom Phone Local Survivability. Now, there are some important considerations with Zoom Phone Local Survivability. One being that the service won't necessarily work for remote workers who are using local devices, such as a hard desk phone, or if they're running the phone client on their local PC. Now, if they're using VDI and using a company computer, essentially, assuming your office still has internet access and it's a Zoom phone outage event, then it may still work for them as they have VDI access, which is essentially on your network. Another consideration is that during disruption events where phones are registered to Zoom Phone Local Survivability, there will be some limited functionality. Now, you still have calling, hold, transfer, call history, and even three-party ad hoc conferences, which is great. But that is something you're going to want to make sure people know, that they're not going to have full functionality. Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want me to cover. I've done a lot of Zoom lately, but I'm going to try and get back to doing some like Cisco and other topics as well. So maybe even free PBX, who knows? But let me know what you want to see. I'm always looking for new ideas. And while you're at it, go ahead and visit my website, www.colla.blog. That's Colla.Blog. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Like and subscribe. I don't know, man. Bye.